Good day, comic fam. This is it. This is the last pile of the 155 of Real American Hero. Okay, let's do it. Stay tuned. The Voice here. This is Comics of the Voice. Did I say that in the intro? Maybe. I don't know. It's the last 5 books, plus the yearbooks. I know it seems like a big stack. There's only 4 of them, but I got doubles. And there's a newsstand in there too. So, let's do the final 5. It's like in the Battlestar Galactica with the Cylons, right? The final 5. So 151 has got weird, elongated, strange looking artwork on it. So I don't know about this one. It's just, I don't like the artwork on this one. But in this one, it's not really a key, except that it's scarce. It's really hard to find these last few issues because they were running down. And then, of course, this is a direct edition. And the only weird thing that happens in this book is the original G.I. Joe gets pressed into service and joins the Joes. So, but his name is, what is it, Conrad or something, is the first Joe. So he gets pressed back into service. So 152 is, look at that, patriotic cover, American flag. You know, this is mostly about the Vietnam War, and this one's got some pinups in the back. The cover, what was this done by? Cozier and Koblish back in '93. And again, the only significance of this one is just it's a scarce issue. And it's kind of a throwback, so they're talking about the Vietnam War, and Joe has a retrospect as he's getting checked out on the Sky Striker with Ace. He drifts, his mind drifts off, and he thinks about his time during the Vietnam War. 153. That's a cool cover. Scarlet. And then the Eric Fiend did the story on this one. So Larry Hama wasn't in this book, or did this book. So this is the first appearance of Dr. Knox, which is a blonde Cobra doctor. And then there's a Dusty pin up in the back. And basically she reprograms this bat. So when Scarlet was captured by the Cobra, she was thrown in the brainwave scanner, and they took recordings of her brain. And this Dr. Knox takes those recordings and puts them into that bat to hunt her down and kill her. And of course it fails because she eludes it, and there was another redhead chick that was in this, and I knew that she was going to be somehow involved, and it was because the robot, the bat, thought that she was Scarlet, and it gave Scarlet the chance to throw it in a garbage truck and compact the thing. 154. So yeah, all these ones are scarce. This one was also not written by Larry Hama. It was written by Peter Quinones. Q-U-I something. So there. Again, scarce issue. So this one here, Roadblock, ends up on an aircraft that's completely controlled by the Cobra and starts a big battle and blows up the plane and saves the day. And then we get to our very final issue, which Larry Hama did, 155. And this one's just kind of a retrospect of, you know, they're striking the colors. Their new pit is out in Utah somewhere, in an unused base or abandoned base. So that's where the new pit is. And that ends the Marvel reign of G.I. Joe. So the artwork was back to normal in this one. The artwork in the other ones was kind of weird, wonky. Which one is the one I got the notes? Okay, so that is the 155. Wow, it's been a long journey, many, many weeks to get to this point, the final issue. And I might do one more episode with these ones because I've got 8 books coming, and they're all newsstands, and they're all part of the scarce final 5 issues. So that'll be cool. So these ones are all direct editions, and they're from my brother's collection. So there. Now, on to the next part, which is the yearbooks. So I'll do the yearbooks, and then we'll go into the special missions. So the yearbook number 1 came out. It was basically just a reprint of issue number 1, but it's got dossiers on the major characters, and then introduces the TV show. So I got 2 copies of this one, my brother's and mine. So that was the first yearbook. Second yearbook, I actually got newsstand of this one and a direct edition of the second yearbook, which does more things. They update, they kind of tell you retrospect of some of the issues of what's going on. They do an advertisement in this one for the special missions. There's another nod to the TV show. There's the gallery of the covers, so they do 1 to 44 in this one. And there's also an ad in here for the USS Flag, which is that big massive toy that all the kids wanted back in the day. But the thing was like 7 feet long, so like trying to get your hands on that thing, it was huge. But it did break down into smaller chunks so you could actually store it properly. So that's yearbook number 2. Then we got yearbook number 3. Snake Eyes stuck in the brainwave scanner yet again. Cool thing about this one, again, this is another silent issue. So the beginning is called The Hush Job, and it's a silent issue again, saving Snake Eyes. So Scarlet enlists Storm Shadow, and they sneak into this brainwave scanner is in the New York Cobra facility, so they sneak in there. Scarlet goes in as a cleaning lady, and Storm Shadow goes in through the underground in the sewer and kills a bunch of eels and stuff on the way in. And then they rescue Snake Eyes. So there's more promotions in this one about the cartoon. There's pinups in this one. The funny thing is, it advertised in the front, it says there's 7 pinups. I went through the book like a gazillion times. There's only 6 pinups. So count them down with me. Lady J, Dr. Mindbender, Hawk, Serpentor, the Dreadnoks, and Xandar and Zorana. So that's 6. So do you count Xandar and Zorana as 2? But if you did that, you'd have to count the Dreadnoks, because there was like three Dreadnoks in there. You know, and these are really cool because these are wraparound covers too. So there's neat artwork on the back of all of them. I guess I should have gone through and showed back to number 1, so we're already on number 3. So that's the cool part of the back of that one, which I thought was neat. Let's make sure we get a nice tape pull on this one by leaving the tape on there. It's a nice dangerous thing to do. So that's issue number 3. Let's go backwards in time. Let's go back to issue 2. I think I had one of these that the flap was open. Nope. I will pull this one anyway. So this is issue number 2, and they're bigger books too, right? So you've got G.I. Joe on the front, and then in the back of that one we've got October Guard, which is the Russian version of the G.I. Joe team. And we had multiple characters of that end up passing away over time and being replaced. So that's issue number 2, backside, and then we've got issue 1. Flip that one over so we can see the back side of that too, because I love these wraparound covers. They're really cool. So there we've got the G.I. Joe team on the front, and then we've got Cobra la 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 la, with Cobra Commander, Destro, the whole gang is there, Baroness and Storm Shadow. What else we got? Oh, we got Major Blood and Zartan hanging out on top of a Hiss tank. Okay, so that's the front and backs of those issues. Okay, we're all caught up now. Now we're going to go to number 4. The only real key out of them, because the rest were just, you know, normal stories. I think did this one have an additional story? One of these had another story. Oh yeah, this one here, this issue 3 had a new story called My Dinner with Serpentor. So it was kind of neat because Serpentor is made up. He was created by Dr. Venom. They used a corpse, and then they used the DNA from a whole bunch of dead major figures over time, Genghis Khan and Roman emperors and all this stuff, and some of the memories that he has. So he's having dinner with a bunch of the Cobra agents, and he's flipping back in time to like Roman times and talking about the dinners that they had then, and then Genghis Khan and so forth, all the different personalities that are in his brain. So that was kind of a neat little story where, you know, it's kind of a history lesson on top of it. And then we have number 4. So this one here is the first appearance of the Croc Master, who is a reptile handler for Cobra, and he appears in one of the character bios in Order of Battle number 3. It's a nice Mike Zeck cover, and this one's got cover gallery with issues 57 to 68 in them. And that is it for the G.I. Joe yearbooks. So the next series of books, I'll go through the special missions, and then when I get to the end of the special missions, there's 2 more 4-issue series from the 82 to whatever, the 90s. There's the Order of Battle, which has just got the list of all the characters, and then there's G.I. Joe versus the Transformers. So those are the other 2 little 4-issue series. So I hope you guys enjoyed the whole journey to 155, and I'll just keep it rolling. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. But wait, there is more. Before we go, hang on. I know, I didn't do it. G.I. Joe, watch this. Go Joe! Or sorry, Yo Joe. So it's Yo Joe. This was the final yearbook. Yo Joe. So that's how we end it. Yo Joe, go Joe. Yo Joe.